You're about to take the first step on the longest journey of your life. The longest journey.
Welcome back to Let's Play with Honey in The Longest Journey. So there is so much information we've already learned. I actually want to go ahead and take a moment and go over April's diary. A lot of this, I'm going to pause on each page, so if you want to watch it, you can pause me and read everything. Hopefully you can see all the words. We're going to kind of go through this quickly. They're talking about the hollow picture coming alive. Remember that dragon? How they found Cortez. Everything's really freaky with the destiny. Really weird afternoon. Gonna have to meet him tomorrow. So just kind of our history here. Now there are some funny stuff, moments here, referring to Zach, etc. Here she's talking about in the future when her grandchildren are looking through this, they're gonna have bald just reading her perspective on what's going on. But she knows that she's not crazy because other people have seen the same thing she did. And then here's where she gets to Zach. She swore that she would never ever mention Zach in this book. But it's a little late for that. Kind of goes on with her perspective of him. Nothing new. But comments on how humiliating it is that she's going to have to actually go and beg for information. Talking about her date there and what she's not looking forward to. And here she is in Arcadia. Interesting questions here. Is it still Saturday? Why is she not completely freaked out? And yet she does sort of accept everything. So she's remembering Brian Westinghouse, getting that written down, kind of going over some of the history that Tobias went over with everything. Remember that Drake Ken, and thinking about the chaos that she had seen before, of course her mother dragon that she'd seen in the beginning, and how they had their place here. Also talking about the Vanguard and how they're keeping the children the last couple hundred years that are potential guardians being born to try to control them. And her hand is cramping up, so she's pretty busy writing everything. And kind of the moment here is, what do? I'm supposed to be the shifter. I can't believe I'm actually believing all this stuff, but it sort of makes sense. Time to go get this guardian, shove him back in the tower, and get everything set. Oh yeah, deal with the Vanguard too. Easy. I do that kind of stuff before breakfast. Talk about a hero. Gotta love April. And gotta love Tobias. Let's see if he has more information for us.
Excuse me.
Yeah, lots more detail.
Do you know a man named Brian Westinghouse?
Westhouse? That old goat? Yes, unfortunately. What would you with him?
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Well, who would, well?
Who'd know about Westinghouse?
His whereabouts? I do not understand what you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well, I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Ooh, hint hint, go talk to the map maker again.
Who did you say I should see about Westinghouse?
The map merchant at the market may know. There is one thing I must tell you, however. Few would know Westinghouse by his real name. In the city, he is known as the Rolling Man, because of his strange two-wheeled vehicle. A most dreadful and dangerous contraption if I ever saw one.
A bicycle?
Perhaps. It has a grotesque appearance, much like the Westinghouse himself.
See, it's always good to ask more questions.
Who did you say I should see about Westinghouse?
The map merchant at the market, just out.
As for Rolling Man. Okay, we'll move on.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Not much. Nothing, in fact. He's a complete mystery to me.
To learn something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask them yourself. There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
But who is he?
He is who he is, what he is. If he has not told you himself, then perhaps he does not wish you to know. It would be improper for me to divulge his secrets.
You're as bad as he is. No offense. It's just frustrating.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
Yeah, that just cleared it all up.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about Arcadia?
I will try my best to answer any question you may have, April.
You're awful helpful.
What's the history of Arcadia?
There is so much I do not know where to begin. In truth, it would be wiser to ask someone else, unless you wish to know about the Fathers, the Balance, or Mudhoppers.
Mudhoppers?
My secret passion. I study them. They are a most fascinating species. Most fascinating indeed. But I am not practically versed in the intricacies of history, I'm sorry to say.
I want to hear more about mudhoppers.
What's Mercuria like?
I have lived in this city all my life, and still it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful place it is. Many have called Mercuria the jewel of the Northlands, and they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless. There are always shadows, and people who hide in them. Lately the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Mercuria is still a wonderful place to live.
Any other details?
What else can you tell me about Mercuria?
Mercuria is the capital of Ireed, the unified country, and we are located on the southern coast of the Northlands, halfway between Tyran and Khorasan. Between the Snapjaw and the Gaintbeast, some might call it. Between the embers and the fire. Yet democracy and peace have reigned for thousands of years now, and although relations may at times be strained with our tyrant neighbors, the High Council are masters of diplomacy. And Lord Igvandellan is a firm and just chief counselor of the Iredan flag.
It's another time that we've heard about them.
Tell me a little about Ireed.
Ireed means both unification and assembly in High Tongue, and many still call Ireed the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the lands of the north joined together in alliance. Ireed stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyran in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyran and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood, though I am not sure that is anything but a myth.
And they're talking myths. The land of magic where anything is possible.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is a collective term for all the lands north of the Great Sea, and south of the border mountains including Ireed, Tyran, and Khorasan. Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent, including the territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name. And to the people of the Southlands, anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could assist you.
We know who we can ask about Westhouse. I don't think he has any more.
Can I ask you some more questions about Arcadia?
Why, certainly.
Thanks for the
I'm
information.
glad I could assist you.
Yep, nothing else. Let's take a look at Stark.
How am I supposed to get back to Stark?
The only way to get back is through a shift. You are a shifter, April, and the power to travel between worlds is within you.
It might be within me, but it doesn't look like it's coming out anytime soon.
I wish I could help you, but I cannot. You must find the path on your own.
Can I ask you some more questions about Arcadia?
Why, certainly.
Thanks for the
I'm
information.
glad I could assist you.
I think that's it.
I'll see you later.
You will? If you say so, then it must be true.
It's as bad as Cortez with the enigmas and the mystical talk. Well, let's go back over to the map maker, since he is going to know our Westinghouse, or at least he'll know Rolling Man. I wonder if it's a bicycle or if it's more of a wheelchair or a motorcycle.
Maps!
Why would you ask for that? Well, why not?
I'm looking for Brian Westhouse.
Briar west of house? It's not on any of my maps, and I've never heard of it. Maps!
It's a man, not a place, Mr. Brian Westhouse.
I would most certainly remember a name as queer as that, and I don't. Get your maps while they're fresh.
Yeah, we don't want a stale map.
Can you tell me where the Rolling Man lives?
Maybe, maybe not. Why?
Because I need to find him.
Sorry, guild rules. I'm not allowed to divulge any personal information about my customers. Maps!
I really need to know where the Rolling Man lives.
Sorry, can't do.
Please? Pretty please?
No, 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 young lady. Don't give me that doe-eyed look. Don't. Blasted be the balance. You're giving me that doe-eyed look, aren't you? I still can't tell you, though. I got maps.
Of course you can. Not even if she bats her doe eyes at you.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, maps.
Thanks for your help.
Maps.
Please tell me where the Rolling Man lives.
No, can't do, miss. I can't divulge personal information about my customers.
Ooh.
You're late again, and you know what else? You're fired! Give me back the delivery list and get your sorry blue skin elsewhere!
He did sort of casually walk up.
Hired help. Never hire a Dolmari to do a human job.
I'm human.
What are you gonna do now, without a delivery boy?
Hire a new one, of course. Blasted be the balance. That means I'll have to pay the damn fee to the Guild of Merchants. Damnation!
A lot of guilds here.
Maybe I could help you out.
You? How?
I'm quick, honest, and reliable, and I've got a lot of experience in the service industry.
Perhaps a female errand boy. It could work, if the Guild of Merchants don't find out.
I won't tell them if you don't.
Mind, the pay is not much, only a single errand per delivery, plus whatever tip the customer may see fit to give you.
Money! Arcadian money, that works.
I'll take the job, if you want me.
Agreed. Maybe you'll even bring in some new business. Here's the delivery list for today and your first map. It's for the captain of the White Dragon. Nebeve, I think his name is. You'll find him in the harbor.
Perfect.
Oh, and remember to have the customer sign the delivery list. The guild are sticklers for protocol. No signature, no money, no new jobs.
Bye now.
Maps, fresh, detailed, life-saving maps.
Awesome. Let's take a look at the map. One map of the Sea of Songs to Captain Horatian, Nebeve of the White Dragon, a map of Shan Gagrel, the Wasteland to the Rolling Man. Aha! We're gonna find the Rolling Man. One map of the Northlands to be delivered to Tunluick at the Journeyman Inn. Oh, let's just look at specifics.
One map of the Sea of Songs to Captain Horatio Nebeve of the White Dragon. Interesting spelling.
Yeah, I thought that. And you would have pronounced it a lot better than me.
A map of... Shengegriel. Changangriel? Why can't these magical worlds have place names like Boston, London, or Kansas City? It's always like Loth this and Irid that. Like, cut back on the consonants already.
Yeah, maybe she wouldn't pronounce it as well.
One map of the Northlands to be delivered to Tonlayak at the Journeyman Inn.
Perfect. So, this is our first map, I take it?
It's a map of the Sea of Songs. I was told to deliver it to Captain Horatio Nebeve.
So, let's figure out how to do that. Get out of the stalls. I'm assuming we're going to have to go to the city proper for that. City. Is there a harbor? Actually, let's see. There's another one. Maybe it's just further into the city. Let's go find out. So once we get the captain his map, aha! City gates, marketplace. Said he was at the harbor, so let's go over here. Once we get him his map, we should
Those guys must be
able...
part of the City Watch. They look a hell of a lot more intimidating than the Newport cops, despite the lack of an exoskeleton.
Yeah, we won't mess with them.
This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh!
Ba-dum-bum.
He's selling musical instruments.
I wonder if he's going to even talk to us.
I'm not in the market for an instrument at this particular moment. Still, good to know where to get one in case of a musical emergency.
Indeed.
This lady's selling fresh fish. I've never seen fish like this before. But if it's wet and has fins, fish it is.
That pretty much sums it up. To the walls, back into the city gate, so...
The walls look ancient. Arcuria must be at least as old as anything back in the real... in my world.
See if we can go forward a little bit. Might be harbor right here.
This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and... What the hell is that purple thing? That is so not appetizing.
Aha, the docks. We won't ask what the purple thing is. Really beautiful and totally different from what we saw before. There's the ship. Over here. The small pier here. And back to the city. Go over there to the small pier first. And then we'll check out the ship, which is probably where we want to go. Of course, the lighthouse. Take a look at that.
It's a lighthouse, much like the ones we have at home, except this one, of course, burns a blue fire.
Of course. Now we only have to get the signature for this delivery, and then we move on to Westinghouse.
The old man and the, ocean? Looks like a lifetime at sea has left its tracks on him.
And it be looking like a lifetime of shooting your mouth off be taking its toll on yous.
Yeah, stop talking out loud.
Hello, old man.
I got me no treasure, and I got me no map of no buried treasure. I just be an old sailor with no ship, so leave us be.
What are you doing?
Mending nets, of course. What it look like I be doing?
I'm not well versed in maritime customs.
Mar what? Ah, yous mean sea life, do you not? Ah, the smell of the salty sea, the lapping of waves on your ship, the spray of cold water on your face, plump maidens in every part. Aye, I tell yous, I be having stories about the sea.
Do you now?
Care to share some of your maritime stories with me?
Mar what? Ah, tales of the sea, right? Sure, sweetie, I be happy to. Now, what stories be I wanted to hear then?
Any tale of your exciting adventures will do.
I be having plenty of tales to tell. There be the tale of me adventures in the Baksheevan Empire, if you'd be interested. It'd be a tale of grand romance, just up your alley, be sure of it.
Why not?
Sure, that sounds like a fine story.
Aye. It be near on 50 years ago that I was a mate on a sturdy old lady called the Three-Legged Whore.
The what?
What do I be saying? She was called the Thrifty Horse, she was. Aye, that be her name. The Whittle Whatsit.
You don't remember the ship's name, do you?
Anyways, I be a young mate then, and we be anchored in Monterba, the grand western port of the once glorious Baksheevan Empire. I be having ship leave until the following evening, and it be me first visit to that exotic and dangerous port. So I sets out to have a look around. Now, bear in mind that Monterba be ruled by a mock, like all large Baksheevan cities. In principle, the mock be having to report to and pay half of all taxes to the emperor in Port Altaban. But with the Baksheevan Empire having all but crumbled into pieces, the provinces do be having the power to do pretty much as they be wanting. And so I sets out on me own that day to explore the city. Now, bear in mind that all the cities of the Southlands, and that be me adventures in the once glorious empire of Bakshiva. And that be how I meet me bird, how I seduce and the romance the mock's daughter, how I be chased from Monterba by the mock's soldiers, and how I be the first man to walk across the desert of Shangagriel, the wastelands, and how I be getting this awful rash on. Girl, you do not be sleeping, do you?
Oh no.
What? What? Sleeping? No. Just concentrating really hard. Good story, though. Solid material. Ever considered doing a book?
Aye, but the agents in Marcuria be bloodthirsty vampires with no thought but to milk your life's blood.
Oh, so they take an outrageous commission then?
No, they actually be bloodthirsty vampires with a penchant for biting your neck when you ain't be looking.
Huh.
Oh. Actual vampire agents. Interesting that he talked about his bird.
What have you got in that chest?
What chest?
The one you're sitting on.
Oh, that be no chest, girl. That be me stool. Aye, me stool, carved into the uncanny likeness of a chest.
But what's in it?
No priceless treasure, that be for sure. Nothing at all. It be empty.
No, really. What's in the chest?
Oh, live snakes. Aye, snakes that'll bite your face off before you have time to jump. Better leave them be, then.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to tell you, April.
I'm still curious about that chest.
Right. I be telling yous, curse the balance, girl. You never give up, do you? I be having no real treasure in here, like I told ye. But it be where I keep me personal articles and things I be picking up now and then on me travels. And me bed, it's where I be keeping me bed before I be losing him. I be a stupid old man. He be my best friend. I ain't nobody else around to talk to, you see, on account of him being a talking bird.
Aha! I knew it.
What happened to your talking bird?
I be cheated out of him. Aye, That cups handler on the marketplace be cheating me in a full game of cups, and I be having to give me bird up to try to win me money back.
And what happened?
He be taking me bird when I be choosing the wrong cup. Aye, my best friend taken from me. Cursed be the balance. I be all lonesome now. The worst part is that me bird is now a prize to be won. A prize in the cups game. Beat the handler thrice and you win a prize of your choice, me poor bird.
What's your bird's name?
Bird.
Oh,
Original. Alright, we can risk it.
I'd love to hear some more maritime stories.
Sure, sweetie, I be happy to. What story you be wanting to hear now?
Okay, we'll try.
Any tale of your exciting adventures will do.
You want more? Damn be me wooden left ankle. I be having a great old tale to tell yous about how I be coming to have me wooden pecker. It all began...
You know what? On second thought, forget about it.
Thank you, April. Thank you, April. We're gonna leave that one well and truly alone. I think we can say we've explored it fully.
I'd better get going.
Yous young'uns be always running round. Everything be so important. Yous be having no time to sit down and take a breath. So go. Be not wasting your time here with me.
But it wasn't a waste at all. He goes back to his nets. We learned that he needs the bird.
I wouldn't feel too comfortable about sailing anywhere in that. It's like a toy boat for children.
See if there's anything else to take a look around at. Nope. Alright. I think we better end it there before we go to the next boat, because who knows how long that conversation's going to be. Really interesting so far. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed. Until next time, guys. Bye.